Oh yeah. About that. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Casmir Links, and I'm back again. It is 2:18 p.m. a.m. I meant to record this video a couple days ago. I have a script for this. I'm gonna still go through it. I'm gonna still say what I want to say. But ever since I wrote this, there have been some developments, and I guess, even with those developments, I can the things I still say, I think I still stand by them. So it is what it is. So I guess this can be considered like a part 2, seeing as I made that video about Majira potentially guesting on an episode of the H3 podcast about a month ago. At this point, I have given the script a few days to marinate, mainly because I kind of wanted to collect my thoughts on the whole thing about him like backing out and all that type of stuff, because I do have a couple thoughts on that. As far as my previous video, if you didn't watch it, it's fine. I'm not Majira, so I don't expect you to watch any of my stuff, if I'm going to be completely honest. This is kind of like the spark notes, the TLDR of what I was saying. There was 2 main points that I brought up in that video. First one, there's no real feasible way to have a proper representation of the fandom in any light, just because the spectrum of enjoyment is so vast and varied. It's just not possible. And while Majira may say that he wanted to speak about his experiences and his viewpoints only, regardless, millions of non-fur viewers would see our entire community and have an impression through the lens of Majira's actions on the podcast. It's good or bad, that's just how the shit works. And the second point, I don't personally like H3 as a platform to discuss furries seriously. I feel like with his actions, his content, and occasionally his guests, like, he flies way too close to that anti-SJWS, like that triggered, like son. Like I just, it's too much for me. It's just too much for me personally, and I just can't vibe with it. And I like Majira. I think he's a good guy, and I worry that he'd be used kind of like as a martyr. Is that the right word? A martyr or something like that. I wouldn't put it past Ethan to throw some type of shitty like dog fucker line or something at him. I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. In a way, it's kind of hard for me to care about any of this. You get wrapped up in it. Like, furry drama is so far down on my priority list in my life. That's why I kind of waited till almost 2:30 a.m. to record this. I was laying in bed. I'm saying, like, do I really want to do this shit? Is there a point? Like, why? What's happening? Is this even worth even talking about? But I guess because I do know Majira, it makes it a little bit higher on the totem pole. Like, it makes it a little bit more important to me, just because it's someone that I've had communications with and someone that I've talked to. I'll be honest, frankly, I was going to support Majira either way, whether he went on or not, because even though H3 may have a sketchy track record on a couple things, I know Strawberry Boy is okay, But really, like, what would come of any of this? Think about this, right? So before the fallout with Kiro, like when Kiro was like in good standing with the community, he was interviewed by Shane Dawson, right? In November, not too long ago, there was that Lisa Ling CNN documentary, on her popular show that everybody was rock hard for, right? So that happened. Those videos like that, they were aired, they were seen, and like what? Like, it's not like there was some mass mainstream cultural awakening about furries and shit. Motherfucking Jeff Bezos ain't coming out with a Sona. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand this need to be validated by mainstream media and culture. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm young. I'm only 25, right? But I've been around a few nerdy subcultures in my life. I was a brony for a while. My first big interest was anime. So, you know, like I went to conventions and stuff like that. I swear to God, furries are the only ones I know that suffer from this like this inferiority complex about themselves. There's a tweet that I saw recently that I really thought kind of summed up how I felt about the whole thing. It's a little bit spicier, but I mean, it gets my point across. Here, just read that for a second. I'm gonna just let that marinate.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Amongst all the arguments taken about Majira in this damn podcast, the points, the counterpoints, this is the one question, the overarching question that just no one can answer for me. Why is there this incessant need to be fucking accepted? I don't get it. Every time a news outlet says that they'll do a piece on the community, our fucking wigs are off in excitement, only to be left with some vapid ass puff piece or some half-baked dollar store level journalism that does nothing to showcase the true diversity of the fandom. And the ball is dropped every damn time. And yet we still want daddy mainstream to love us. Like, fuck all that, man. Fuck all that. Stupid. like real talk. Like, we need to be being so fucking self-conscious about how outsiders and non-first see us. How about this? How about we take that fucking energy that we're so worried about everybody else looking at us and start focusing on ourselves, focusing on our community internally. But that's a rant. I can go on for a damn hour. My mouth is dry. So back to Majira. If you want to TLDR, shrink my thoughts here for a second. Here you go. I don't care. While I support him, it wouldn't upset me either way if he won or not, because that podcast episode would just be a circle jerk, and it would just be a few more coins into the piggy bank of furries in the media that no one is going to cash. Everyone saying he was bullied about backing out and was harassed and shit. I feel like they're being a bit extra about the whole situation. Harassing, calling names, making threats, that's bullying to me. Stating opinions and having thoughts about his choices, that's not bullying. And I saw a lot more of the latter than the former. I'm not saying there may have been people that they went overboard and was actually doing some fucked up things, but from my perspective, I saw a lot more people just expressing their opinions on the situation. Majira wanted to do a thing. People were like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that thing. And he thought about it. He didn't do that thing. That's it. All these nuclear meltdowns about this shit, like, look, man, just go outside, get some air, make a snowball, make a snowman, you know, have a hot cocoa. You know what I'm saying? Losing sleep about the fact that our cartoon animal interest isn't getting fucking exposed. You know what? You see how this becomes a little bit of a cycle after a while? I don't know, man. Like, this shit just is starting to get really hella dumb to me. Like, straight up, period, point blank. If Kyle is okay, then I'm okay. That's the end of it. Like, that's it. That's the only. I'm kind of, after this video, I've said what I had to say, and I'm done with the shit. Because as long as he says he's fine, I'm good. You know. So I'm gonna cut it there, because unlike some of you motherfuckers, I have some restraint. So I'm. Oh God. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, my fat ass too out of shape for this shit. Oh my God.